Can you do this? As early as your 40s, you may lose muscle and strength. Protein supports muscle health. Ensure Max Protein has 30 grams of high-quality protein to feed your muscles up to 7 hours. So take the challenge. Ensure.
Good afternoon and welcome to the Midday News. I am Carrie Simpson. Here's what we have in the bulletin.
Agriculture Minister concerned over smuggling of agricultural goods into the local market. $16 million owed to St. James Municipal Corporation in outstanding payments for billboards. And later in sports, Oblique Seville withdraw from World Relays due to travel dispute.
Thank you for joining us. Now the details. $16 million, that's how much is owed to the St. James Municipal Corporation in outstanding payments for billboards. On Friday, a team led by Mayor of Montego Bay, Richard Vernon, carried out enforcement activities to remove the signs.
So if we are to pay and to deliver service to our citizens and to pay our contractors, we need money to do so. There's a demand for government to address many issues that we have across the city of Montego Bay. Road, they ask about garbage, and some of them are associated with property tax, some are not. For example, this one is a general revenue source, and it helps with dealing with the community roads and so forth. We have many responsibilities, we have staff to pay, you name it. But we have approximately 12 companies that are outstanding.
Enforcement team also removed billboards that are compromised.
We issued notice in about January several times asking the owners of these signs to remove their signs because they are endangering the public. To date, many of them are still up. So we are asking them again to remove it before we reach to them, because when we reach, we are going to cut them out. The chainsaw is around there and we revving it up. We are going out there and we're going to cut down all of them that are compromised and endangering the public.
Mayor Vernon says the enforcement action is necessary as the corporation works towards delivering the key services across the parish. And we now go back to an earlier story where Agriculture Minister Floyd Green has raised concern over the smuggling of agricultural goods into the local market. Mr. Green says the practice is squeezing legitimate farmers and distorting fair prices. He was speaking on Real Business on Radio Jamaica Sunday. Shamila Pullen reports.
Agriculture Minister Floyd Green says the ministry is working closely with the Jamaica Customs Agency. This is to strengthen monitoring systems and improve enforcement to better protect the sector from illegal imports. The minister also pointed to challenges in the local onion market.
It has come to our attention because clearly if somebody sends us a picture and says, how is these carrots here? And we know we have not issued permits for carrots. We also know this is not a country that we take carrots from. Then it means that it has been illegally smuggled into the country. And we've been working with customs to see how they can strengthen their systems to ensure that we put an end to this, because ultimately it throws off our numbers and it causes undue pressure on our farmers, and it also clearly doesn't help the country in general, because the revenue that customs should be getting if it were an orderly process is not happening.
According to Mr. Green, slow clearance of imported onions following Hurricane Melissa has led to an oversupply. He says this glut has affected prices and created difficulties for local producers and traders. Mr. Green says the ministry is taking steps to address the imbalance in supply and demand, including better management of import timing and market distribution.
So what would have happened is that when the season would have started with reaping of onions, there were still onions that were imported on the market, which would have again compounded the issue because there was still the downturn in demand. So, we've been intervening to treat with that and helping the farmers. We're intervening today in relation to our scallion farmers. So there's no importation, but just a downturn in demand is causing an oversupply, and as such, we're treating with that.
The Agriculture Minister says the expansion of storage infrastructure is part of a broader strategy to help farmers manage supply chains more effectively. The Agriculture Minister says the expansion of storage infrastructure is part of a broader strategy to help farmers manage supply chains more efficiently and reduce post-harvest losses.
In Kirkvine, we're almost completed a new storage facility there in the content area in Kirkvine. We're also doing Coleville. We have a $300 million project to retrofit Coleville and make it again ready to store. We are also doing small containerized solar energy solutions. We've put one in Flagaman, and we're going to be rolling it out in our more productive areas where we use containers, it's solarized, and it's really good to store our vegetables. So what you will see is a continued rollout of enhanced storage, so that will reduce the loss, so the farmers get a little better return on their investment, because it would also manage the supply chain.
Shamela Pullen, TVJ News.
And we go back to another earlier story where the Jamaica Public Service JPS is coming under fire by residents of Mineral Heights in Clarendon who claim that reports about a leaning light post was ignored. Now sections of the community remain without electricity after the pole in question fell on Sunday. The residents complain that for some time now the posts in the area have been leaning. The situation worsened after the passage of Hurricane Melissa.
Outside, there was the fire running on the lines that is attached to the houses from the posts. Presently, if you look, you can see that a few of the posts are bending with the heavy load towards the building.
They are concerned about the produce that we buy and put in the fridge. What is going to happen? We're pensioners, we don't have money to replace things. And at the end of the month, we make sure we take our stocks and put them in the fridge. And from last night, from minutes after 6 until now, we don't see anybody come to repair or do anything. Right now, the light post is leaning. We're facing it now, and it's leaning towards the left. It has been a little more upright, but since the post down there has broken, we are seeing it leaning more to the left now, which means danger is somewhere.
Now, TVJ News understands that a JPS crew visited the area yesterday. However, it remains unclear when electricity will be restored.
Can you do this? As early as your 40s, you may lose muscle and strength. Protein supports muscle health. Ensure Max Protein has 30 grams of high-quality protein to feed your muscles up to 7 hours. So take the challenge. Ensure.